Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do continue, let's give a brief little review. In the last part, a number of things have happened. Now, we had Deku and Kara. Deku and Kara, they had to talk to their daughter Voss. Now, Voss was the fourth clone created by Lex Luthor, and Voss began to develop kryptonian abilities. She accidentally hurt Jonathan, and she set part of a cornfield on fire with heat vision. Now, Kara tried to calm her down, and Deku he returned to Earth while she was doing so. Kara saw that Deku was a Green Lantern. She asked questions about that, and learned that Deku talked to the Guardians about Superman. He joined the Corps, and right now his priority is looking and making sure Superman stays where he is. Now, right now he's watching over Kal-El. And right now, Deku, he is going through a lot more. He is trying to figure out what he can give Earthlings to solve their energy problems. Obviously, this is going to affect a lot of things. And Bruce wanted to talk to him about that, because it may affect Wayne Industries going forwards. Because nowadays, he's no longer Bruce Wayne. He's just Batman. Now, with that being said, Deku right now, he has to get a lot of things sorted out. And so far right now, he's been doing that. However, after talking to his father about Voss, it's been a little bit more complicated. There's not really much they can do about the situation, other than what they can. I mean, just get her to focus on her abilities and try and control them. Let her restrain herself. See where she can take her abilities. I mean, she's almost already a teenager, and that says quite a bit. The two, they weren't really ready to be parents before they found out about, well, Kara's pregnancy. Now, speaking of that, there actually was Cass who wanted to talk to Kara, where Kara revealed the news and tried to talk to her best friend, because she thought it would be less awkward than her ex. Now, that happened. And right now we do actually pick up with Duville. Right now, he currently is flying through the air. And he does have a Green Lantern ring on his finger. As right now he will go to land and get a somewhat turn. Him going to unmake the construct for Lois. As she actually does ask Duville about the ring. Talking about how she didn't know he had one of those. It's more recent and convenient. It's better than me just flying you here on some sort of chair or in a car. Much appreciated. Now, the two do start to walk forwards. And right now some people do try to stop Deku, as Deku does actually somewhat turn and look at all of them. The people here, they're staring at Lois Lane. As if she's a ghost. To be expected, I guess. And right now, Deku, him and Lois do walk into a room, where Clark right now, he's still sitting behind the glass, and he actually just goes on to look up. Him jumping up, realizing it's Lois Lane. Now, Lois does start to talk to Clark, and right now Clark, he actually does have a conversation with Lois, as Deku does sit right outside the room. Now, a few people are walking by, and Deku does hear many of their voices, as right now he does hear a man talk about it. Deku actually is going to turn and listen in. The man expressing, you know, a few years ago, on his home, there was an alien. He saw it drop from the sky. It fell through his house. Insurance didn't cover it, because hey, an alien falling on your home? Yeah, not really in the contract. At least not under damages. So, Superman, he took a lot of money from him. In fact, he's kind of angry about that. If he had that money, he could have taken a trip that saved his marriage. And hey, Superman, from what he does understand, is married to Lois Lane. Now, the guy actually is looking at his friend. Him directly bumping into something, as right now he could actually look directly towards Duville. And Deku would just stand there, him staring at the guy. The guy actually don't going to bring his hands up, asking, "What was that all about?" "You resent Clark?" "Hmm? No, no, man, I don't." "Really? I could hear you talk. You heard all that?" "I did." "Tell me, what exactly do you think Clark took from you? Because under what I understand about humans, everything about them, usually their problems are their fault. So, if you couldn't save your marriage, don't blame him." Now, the guy just stared directly at Duville, him trying to express an alien fell onto his house, and he's not supposed to blame Superman? Superman brought those things here. And I could just tell the man, staring at him, stay in his own lane. He needs to remember that. Right now, if he tries to piss off Clark Kent, he's going to get Superman. And last time he checked, Superman, he ran out of mercy. So, does he really think pissing that guy off is the best thing he can do? Because he'll tell him. He wants to know exactly how far humans think their abilities go. And the man has stared directly at Duville, as Deku is going to bring his hand up, him putting it directly in front of this man's face, expressing to him. He already knows that with just a squeeze, he could destroy his entire skull. So, how far does he think it goes? How powerful does he think a kryptonian is? Now, the man is trying to give an answer, and Deku, he does somewhat just shake his head no, and tell the man the difference. And right now that man, he's a bit more terrified. As Deku, he will go to disappear directly in front of him. Now, Deku right now, he does go to walk into that room, as Clark does have his hand on the glass, and so does Lois. Him at least trying to ask if it'd be possible for him to get out whenever it's time. Hmm? "Clark, I don't fully understand if that would be possible, but it might be." Clark would look up, as Deku would walk in and tell him. As long as he's around, then Clark, he would basically be on a leash. It's sad to say, but if he's present, then Clark could be present. Besides, he could get him blue kryptonite, and all he'd have to do is wear a kryptonite-proof suit, so he'd still have his abilities. Now, Clark does a good as won't turn, looking at Duville. The smile, the expression, the lack of anger in his eyes. Something's going on. Now, right now, Clark would actually someone going to turn, asking Duville how he's been. "Hmm? I've been fine, Clark. How have you been? Treating you okay in here?" "Yeah, I'm alright. Food could be a bit better, though. Then again, I do sort of miss barbecue." "I bet you do, farm boy. I bet you do. Tell you what, I'll see if I can bring you some. They may not allow it, but as long as they don't see any metal sticking out or I think any tools, I think I'll be fine." "Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Um, honey, can you give us a moment alone?" Now, Lois doesn't understand, and right now she will going to walk away. Her actually going to sit down outside. Now, Deku, he actually does try to focus on Lois's, well, heartbeat, and everything around her. Right now, that guy, he might come back around. He gave him a good warning. Humans underestimate Kryptonians. He's realizing that. Letting them know exactly how dangerous they are, it's good. But it also does inspire fear. And while he rather wouldn't want to inspire fear, trying to piss off the Man of Steel while he's in prison willingly is really not a good idea. Especially because if they get a, well, out there murdery killing Superman who wants to try and kill everyone who wants to hurt his wife, it's not going to work out well. Now, Clark decided to ask Duville how he's doing, and Deku would express to him, He's doing fine. A lot's been happening since the regime's been, well, toppled. Hmm? I bet. Diana? Diana is on the mascara, imprisoned. Magic's keeping her bound. Okay. Jordan? Space prison. Hmm. Don't know too much about it, do you? No. The Guardians picked his punishment. What about the Flash? Barry? I think the last time I heard him, he was in Australia. He's not using his powers at the moment. Oh, I see. House arrest. Sort of. He wanted to go out on the road for a few reasons. How's Carbon? She's been good. I got news for you, Cal. Can I take a guess? I'd rather you not. Okay, and what is it? Kara is pregnant. Now, Clark does sit there silently, and right now his happy face, it does look a bit more shocked. And Deku to see it. Clark is genuinely surprised. Did did he not think he was gonna say that? Uh, congrats, Duvel. I I wish the best. Thanks, Clark. So when will she come see me? Honestly, I don't know. She's disturbed by how far you could take it. I can understand that. I didn't mean for it to get out of hand, but it did. And you have to live with that. I know. I'm gonna watch my son grow up while I'm behind bars. Hmm. How do you know it'll be a boy? Hope. Sure, Cal. Listen, I'm in a bit of a tough spot. How do you mean? Voss. 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 That name sounds familiar. You've probably heard me say it before, but the fourth clone Lex created. It is me and Kara's daughter. Wow. Yeah, she's gaining abilities. And I need a few pieces of guidance, I guess. I don't know. At home, there is a book. It should be in the kitchen under a recipe book, I think. And inside that drawer, I think my glasses are there. The lead line ones. It should help you out. Really? Yeah. Um, I wrote a few things down myself. I was trying to figure out how to teach someone if they gain powers. I remember a few of the things you talked about. I remember a few things I had to teach Kara. And I guess you'll put them to better use than I could. Connor survived. Hmm? His surgery. He's alive. That's good. Do you know whenever he plans to come here? I don't. But Connor, he's trying to deal with you, locking him away. That's his grudge to hold, Clark, not mine. You know that, right? I do. But right now, I'm just still trying to process that. Kara and Duville. You know, at one point, I remember thinking that you two were going to kill each other. Yeah, maybe. We're still a little like that, but now it might not be killing we do. I really do not need to hear about that. No, Clark, get your mind out of the gutter. Sure. Deville, can you tell Connor I'd like to talk to him? Yeah, I can. They're gonna turn, and right now he will gonna walk out of the room. As right now, Clark doesn't gonna turn and sit back down. He's trying to think about everything he's done, and right now he feels horrible. He feels worse. Now, Deku he does come walking out of the room as some men do come around the corner, and Deku actually will gonna turn to Lois and inform her to say her goodbyes, and then he'll take her back to Themyscira. Now, Lois is going to do so. Right now, her going to stand up and walk back inside the room very quickly. As Deku, he does go to directly turn his head and look at the man who is walking by. And the man is staring at Deville. As right now, Deku is going to bring his hand up and reach into his jacket. Him going to pull out the ring and put it onto his finger. Now, Deku right now, he does have the green suit form around him. And then there is where him and Lois Lane do go walking outside. Now, with that, we do actually have where Deku, he does walk out to see a few people. Right now, he does see a few of the members of the Young Justice team. And Deku, he actually does see Connor, Miss Martian, Artemis, and Cass. And Deku, he does just stare directly at Connor. Him ask him if he thinks that he should be up right now. Is he in there? He is. It's nice to see you again, Lois. Hi, Connor. Now, only do you see Deville. He's a Green Lantern. Now, Deku does go flying up into the sky. And right now he was going to tell Connor that if he's going to talk to Clark, go ahead and do it right now. Clark is thinking about it a lot. He wanted him to come see him before, but why is he coming here now? Now, Connor does something unexpected, and Deku he does watch him. As right now he does come flying up into the air, and Deku does stare at him confused. And Connor, he actually doesn't smile. It's, well, bittersweet, but this new thing inside of him, Zod's heart, he feels like it might have helped him. He's more Kryptonian than human now. And he's fairly certain that this is helping him. It might have given him a way over. Now, Deku does tell Connor, bringing his hand down onto his shoulder. Hey, look at that. Maybe soon he'll have heat vision too. Now, Connor does say to Deville, maybe, but he's not holding out hope for it. Now, Deku does going to nod, bring his hand down and creating a construct for Lois. As, right now, Lois will go to walk inside and sit down. Her going to fasten her seatbelt as Deku does go flying off. Now, right now we do actually have over back at the barn, at the Kent farm. Right now Voss, she does sit there in her, well, makeshift little room. Right now she is at the second floor of the barn and thinking about it. I mean, she's remembered a lot. She's trying to think about everything going on. I mean, mom and dad are going to have a kid. She's getting powers and she's so confused about them. And she doesn't know what to do. Now, Voss has many questions. And right now there actually is where she does go to turn and look. And right now she actually does go to have her eyes zoom in. Her going to look directly inside the house to see that her dad did return. Her bring her hands up and going to cover her eyes. As right now she does see very closely her hands. Her going to pull back and try and blink. Now, Voss right now she does try to focus her eyes again. And right now, whenever she does go to try and open them again, her vision does return to normal. Now, she does going to stand up. Her walking over and going to bring her hand up onto the wooden post. Her putting pressure on it, as right now it does get a crack. Now, Voss is going to bring her hand back and stare down at the area. Her thinking, right, okay, hmm, okay, everything is an egg. Everything's an egg, okay. Her gonna walk down. And right now, Deku, he's talking to Kara about what's going on. And Kara, she actually is a bit more on the fence about going to see Cal. She she wanted to talk to him, yeah, but right now it might stress her out a bit too much. And Deku would reveal to Kara. He told Cal today, and Kara just won't turn. Ask him why he did that. He saw Lois. I thought it was a good time. You really told him? What about Voss? Did you tell him about her? Yeah. Okay, well, I guess I should tell you too then. Me and Cass talked. Really? I I told her. Honestly, I should be a bit annoyed, but I'm not. You're okay with that? She tried to talk to you instead of me. I'm assuming she thought that it would be better, but it wasn't, was it? Oh no, no, she broke her record for angry hole in the wall. How big was it? I think it was 40 inches, maybe. The dent was quite large though. I think more like 50 or 60. That is big. Yeah, I do think that that's a record. So, I'm gonna assume you're gonna talk to her soon, right? Yeah. However, Deku walking back into the kitchen. Him going to open the drawer that Clark talked about. And now he's gonna start rummaging around inside, expressing to her. Though right now he's gonna try and help Voss. He does have a few ideas. Maybe her powers there are developing slower. Or maybe it could just be because she's finally been exposed to enough sun? Hmm. It could be her artificial growth. Now, Voss does hear that word. Artificial. And right now she just won't stop. Her sitting outside the door. As she does try to tune her hearing to her parents. Kara, Lex cloned her. I know, but still. It could be that her powers are developing now because she was grown and then she escaped. Maybe, but the other clones, they're different. Yeah, but still. I'm surprised it took her this long to develop powers. I mean, the Bizarros, they all developed their powers relatively quickly. So, why did it take her this long? I'm not sure, okay? Now, Voss just sit there confused. Bizarros? Like Bizarro Kara? Now, right now Voss doesn't remember Bizarro Kara. She she deteriorated. She got well, she left. She's she's gone. Now, Voss right now is confused. Is she's a clone? But no, no, no. She knew she was made in a lab, but a clone. A clone. That no. It doesn't surprise her. And right now she has to try to process that. Her is going to turn and run back to the barn. Now. Right now, Deku, he does get to hear the footsteps. Him going to turn and look outside. Do you see that Voss? She's running back to the barn. Now, they're going to see her try and leap through the air. And right now, whenever she does try to jump off to try and fly, she does get sent flying into the air. Now, Deku is going to turn and bolt. Him flying directly towards the door, grabbing onto it and pulling it open. And right now the door came off of its hinges. Deku going to set it down and go to fly fast. Now, Vosh right now she gets sent flying through the air. And right now she leaped way over the barn. Now, right now while she's trying to gain her balance as she's falling, Deku he does gonna grab onto her. Him grabbing her by her leg and asking her if she thought that that was a good idea. Oh, hi Dad. Voss, what are you doing? I I overheard you and Mom. Uh, okay. What do we discuss about privacy? Always keep your hearing tuned to the room? Okay, good. And don't try to listen in on other people's conversations? Very good. Listen, Voss. I'm assuming I know what you overheard. Am I really a clone? Okay. Now, take it is tell Voss. Him going to bring his hand out and grab onto his ring. Him going to grab it in his jacket before going to slip it onto his finger. That right now he's going to do things very simple. Him putting her in a bubble. They're going to go see his father. And Voss is confused. They're going to go see her grandpa? Now, right now Deku is going to fly Voss to the bunker. And Voss, she's kind of in shock when the two they landed in the middle of nowhere. And Deku went walking over to a wall. Him bringing his hands out and grabbing onto a large rock. Him going to pull it up and into the air, as right now he was going to set it down to the side. Now, Voss is kind of shocked. His bunker's in a cave? And Deku would try and tell her. She started the back cave before, right? No. She doesn't really understand. And Deku does express to her, as they do go to walk inside. He made some adjustments to this place. He adjusted quite a lot of things so that he can actually help Earth. Right now, they're going to talk to his dad, and she's going to learn that she's actually a product of kryptonian science. Now, Voss is a bit more surprised walking inside, as this place is huge. Now, with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed, and to have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.